part of the stage. Apologies for the audio, but those heavy jumps have taken their toll on our kit.
To right 7, plus left 1, 100. Left 3 over jump into left 4, plus right 6. Plus left 6. Plus right 9. Plus left 9, 100. To left 4. Plus right 3 over brow, into flat over brow, 100. To left 3, plus right 3, down. Into left 2, 200. To left 3, to flat over brow, into right 2, jump bridge, 200.
On the second attempt at the stage, Duffy and McKinnon would stop the clocks on identical times and would both pull out an even bigger gap to the cars behind. A steady start for James McGilvery was followed by 2 superb runs around Calgary Bay, stopping the clocks just 11 seconds behind the charging pair ahead. He moved up into 3rd overall. The amazing Mini of Daniel Harper was continuing to hold on to his overnight 3rd overall, until an engine misfire on the second run through Calgary would see him drop almost a full minute. And with one more stage before service, he would drop even more time before a cure could be found. As expected, with the daylight, everyone had upped their pace, and Chris Hall in the Group N Fiesta could not quite keep up with the frantic pace ahead, but he would still maintain a top 10 position. The overnight changes to the suspension were obviously working well. Just see how well it rides the jumps here.
Then crest and bump right 5, into left 7, and crest then right 5. And big jump. Next 120. Jump into left 5 on crest half long. 80, left 7 over big crest. 80. Crest C. 60, bad dip.
Willie Bonnywell was one of those crews who was certainly enjoying the daylight more and was finding his tyres to be working much better too. He moved up 1 place on the opening stage, and over the next 2 stages he continued to improve and would head into the service halt in 4th overall. John Cope was feeling happier with his setup. He had softened the suspension even more, but the car was still skipping, and he just couldn't quite put in his usual performance.
And bridge and flat right into flat left, 50. Crest and right 1, and caution, jump over bridge, 150. Crest into left 1 over crest at post, 100. Flat left on crest, 75. Straight on crest, 50 bumps. Flat right on crest, and left 1 on crest. 50. Straight over jump mid, 50. Long flat right, and flat left on crest. And straight on crest into flat left. Into straight on crest, 75. Tricky now, crest into flat left on crest, don't cut, caution dip, and flat left at sign, and caution crest immediate right 9. And left 5, don't cut. Right 5, keep out. Into caution crest, hairpin left. 50. Caution left 3 on crest into right 9. 50. Right 1 and left 1. And flat right over crest. And flat left continues over crest 50.
Possibly the most consistent performance was coming from the Group N Subaru of Tristan Pye. Another run of top 10 times ensured he would hold on to his 8th overall. Tony Bardy's good form continued here on Calgary, and you could tell just how hard he was trying here, clipping the post on the right. He would hold on to his 9th overall. Eddie O'Donnell was on a push too, having started the leg just outside the top 10. After his first run through Calgary, he was up into 9th overall. He would drop 1 place after the second run, but then his car refused to start for the following stage.
Something happened there. No ignition.
It would take several minutes before he was back on his way, but would end the stage in 25th place. Tugs Sherrington was adjusting quickly to the power and grip of the Mitsubishi Evo 4 and was starting to have a great battle with the newer Evo 9 of John Swinscoe. And so far it was the older version just holding the advantage. Dave Hopwood and Paul Grattage had made a good start on the opening stage, moving into the top 20. We'll join them part way through their first run of Calgary.
100. Slight right. Armco, caution, late tight, 90 right. Into medium left. You're right.
Yeah, sorry Max.
You're right.
They would actually block the stage until the car was pushed to safety, and whilst no one was hurt, the car was too badly damaged to continue. Shortly after this delay, the escort of Jerry Cassidy was about to get caught out on the vicious jumps. Again, no one was injured, but proof again that on this event, anything can happen. John Eason Scholarship winner Phil Scholes had put in a great first leg performance and was all set for expanding the learning curve here on day 2. With the young Jamie Foster alongside, the pairing were working well.
56 left. 56 right. 6 right over crest. 30. It's 5 right over crest. 50. 5 right minus. It's a long 5 left open. 30, big jump over bridge.
But just look out for this jump.
To a medium 3 left. Into 6 right up.
As we watch again, you can see how the landing throws the car off balance. And then they're stuck fast. So we move on to the final 2 stages of the afternoon, where the wind was keeping everyone chilled. Eagerly awaiting the arrival of the first cars, Neil McKinnon, now out to watch, keeping an eye on his son's performance. The battle at the top would continue as just 27 seconds separated McKinnon from Duffy. And whilst McKinnon's car looked well balanced and composed, Duffy was still struggling with his tyres. Duffy was still struggling with his tyres. He was running the hardest compound he could, yet he was still shredding them. But this moment early on was more to do with cold tyres and putting a wheel off the road.
To left 3 over brow. Oh no, okay, that's it. Left over brow, 200. To right 3 plus left 3, right 3, left 3.
Here it is again. The car is geared for 150 miles per hour, and as we see here, every time the gear display flickers red, that is flat out.
To left 3 in phone box, 200. Left 3, to left 3, 200. To left 2 over brow, 300. To long right 3.
Duffy would tie on time with McKinnon on stage 11 and take the fastest time for stage 12, but only by 2 seconds.
Right 2, into long left 3, tightens to left 6.
Daniel Harper's day hadn't been perfect, but he was still the top mini, showing the car's real potential and looking very steady over the jumps here. He would end the leg in 6th place. Having started the day in 7th place, the Subaru of Willie Bonniwell was having a great day, as stage by stage he moved up the leaderboard, and at the end of the leg he had overhauled the Escort of James McGilvery to take 3rd overall. But James wasn't going to give up without a fight. He needed dry conditions to help his cause, and with just 9 seconds separating him from 3rd place, it would still be a long, hard battle for the night ahead. With his car certainly looking a little more stable, John Cope just couldn't find his full confidence. His times were still good though, and he would end the leg in 5th overall. Chris Hall was still attacking the jumps and kicking up the dust, but it was a fantastic afternoon for the youngster. He would start the final leg in 7th overall.
And left 4 in, and medium jump into right 4 minus. 60, right 6 late. 40, bumpy, care, left 6 over jump, 100, left 7.
Tristan Pye was trying to catch the little Fiesta ahead, but he just couldn't quite manage it over the final 2 stages of the daytime. But with just 10 seconds separating them, this battle was far from over. Pushing equally as hard, Tony Bardi was on a real charge. The impressive-looking and sounding Nissan, always a crowd pleaser. And Bardi was slowly reeling in Pi. David Miller was holding on to 10th place and held a comfy advantage to 11th place of over a minute. And in 11th, it was Tug Sherrington. John Swinsko was just happy to have survived the daytime stages after crashing out in 2007. He was currently second in Group N, but had to keep an eye on the car behind, the Evo 4 of Steve and Ben Cressy.
Three right deceptive over bridge. 80. Long 3 left. 80. Long flat right. 80 line, caution 2 right over 3 right over bridge, slowing, there, 2 right, 3 right over bridge, 50, flat left over crest, small crest 80, flat 2 left over crest, 2 left over crest, 80, flat crest 100, 2 left tightens, 3 left over crest, 80, long 2 right over crest, 50, flat left over crest, stay left, into flat right, 80, flat long 2 left into bridge, 150, flat crest into caution 4 right.
Ian McKenzie continued to lead Class B by a healthy margin of over a minute and a half. Even more impressive though was his 15th overall. Close behind in his Fiesta ST, Stevie Brown was rapidly improving from his starting position. He was actually leading the Group N up to 2 litre class.
And jump, walls, 40, crest centre, 5 left, minus tightens 150. Keep right in over flat crest 80, 3 right plus in. 100, 3 left plus over crest and slight right continues for 30, watch the 3, and crest 40, 3 right plus, keep left over crest and slight left 50, flat left 80, crest and 4 right plus.
After his double punctures on the opening leg, Dennis Biggerstaff was actually setting very impressive times in his Subaru WRC. We'll join him and co-driver Graham Thompson on this final stage of the day.
80, 1 right over crest, 300 down mid. 1 left at the post, 150. Tidy, cut 3 right over crest, late 80. Long 3 left at post. Turn closer to your mouth if you can. Long 3 left at post into cut 4 right, 60. 4 left into absolute crest 100. 2 left, 300. Right entry, 2 left over big crest, 60. Line 3 right and 1 left into long 3 right over crest, 80. Long 3 left, 80 here. Cut 2 right over crest, 100, 1 right, 100, big cut, 3 left over crest, into 2 left over crest, 100, tidy mid crest, 80, cut 3 left at the post, 100, 4 right, 60, small cut, 2 left over bump, 150, long 2 left over crest, 80, 1 right, 100, long 1 left at far post, 100, into bump, into 2 left over bump, 100. Right entry, cut 4 left, 60. 3 right, 80. Absolute crest and 1 left, 80 care, mid crest, into 1 right, 80. Yep. That was a bad one. Yep. Right, okay, 3, 2 right continues, into slight right over bump, 500.
Continuing to head Class A, Matthew Tarbert had pulled out a 3-minute advantage over the new second-placed Puma kit car of Alan McLaughlin. Our award for the best effort must go to the Peugeot of John McCrone, certainly for being the most committed twice over the steps at Calgary. So here's confirmation of the leaderboard at the end of leg 2, and it's starting to take shape, with the top 2 now pulling away by over 4 minutes now from third-placed Bonniwell. The next few places were still very close. A puncture or similar could make a big difference, as too could the weather. Missing off the list, Paul Kirtley. The Subaru had gone out with a blown manifold.
Boyd Tunnock, sponsor of the 2008 Tunnock's Tour of Mull. You've sponsored it for the last few years now. What makes you keep coming back and enjoying this event?
The good weather and the Highland hospitality. And I think really, of course, it's probably the Tobermory whisky, which I bought 6 miniatures of today. And when I got to the 6th, when it had disappeared, I didn't want myself. I had a half later, so everything was all great.
And what do you like about the rally itself?
It's the competitiveness between the guys, and also the friendliness of everyone. Everyone's so happy, and I'm delighted to give a few biscuits to make it happen. And from every angle, it's amazing just how grateful the people are that I come along, and it makes you worth the whole thing worthwhile. I think it's great.
Okay, Paul, 25-second lead going into the final leg tonight. Confident?
I wouldn't say I'm confident, but I'm certainly happy to be in the lead at this stage. It's 25 seconds is not a big enough cushion in my opinion, but I'm looking forward to these stages, see what the weather does. It looks a bit unpredictable at the minute, but hopefully a clean run.
Callum, final night of the 2008 Tour of Mull, 25 seconds behind. Possible?
Anything's possible, aye, yeah. Certainly haven't given up yet, We'll just see how we go in this first couple of stages, and sort of have a crack at it there, and if we can't get anything back on Paul, then we'll it's not even half a second a mile, there's 50 miles to be had there, so you'd be pretty foolish not to go for it,
So I take it the long one's got a big bearing on this tonight?
Aye, that'll swing it one way or the other, but it's been so tight all the way through, there's been seconds here to me, seconds to Paul, and hence the fact there's only 25, so it's not the be all and end all, there's still something to go for, And
are you relishing the battle?
Very much so, and it's good to see Paul coming through, and some of his times have been great today, and we're both breaking records, and no, it's good, if he wasn't there, there's a huge gap back to third, and I'm sure he's enjoying it as well,
You're looking like having a great rally, James.
It's going really well, so we'll attack on this first one tonight and see what happens. We'll just kind of see what goes on.
Well, you looked I saw you on stage 11 this afternoon and you were really flying. Looked like you're really happy in the Mark II, the rear wheel drive, and it stays dry tonight. Should be a very exciting evening for you.
Yeah, I think we've got it sorted now, so as I say, we'll attack on this first one, 22 miles, to see what goes on, and then if we get away with that, we'll see how things lie then.
And do you think you're going to be able to give those two boys ahead a bit of the run for the money?
No, I think the top two are away, but Willie's 9 ahead of us and John's 9 behind us, so you know we've all got it all to play for.
Evening. Bit better of an afternoon this afternoon than last night?
Yeah, it was okay, yeah. We've still got set-up problems, but it's a lot better than it was, so yeah, we're not doing too bad now.
And you're looking forward to tonight, not a handful of seconds between the second, third and fourth, third, fourth and fifth?
That's right, yeah, and it's all to play for, isn't it, you know, but at the end of it, I don't think we're going to push too hard, so we'll see anyway.
Willie Bonnywell was almost late for his start time. We'll find out more about this in a moment. So next up it was Daniel Harper.
Shortly. How did it go this afternoon?
Not so good this afternoon, with a bit of a problem with the car, but enjoying it.
Well, you lost a few positions, but knowing you, that'll just give you more incentive to show us what you can do.
I don't know what you mean, Paul.
I'm sure you'll be going out for a good run tonight. I mean, obviously safe, keep it on the island. We need to see you at the finish, Daniel, so good luck.
Thank you very much.
Have a great night.
Cheers, Paul.
Good on you, Daniel. Good away there. Yeah, now Daniel had problems this afternoon. He was right. Well, it's a phenomenal performance. You must be just delighted.
Yeah, it's very precious now at the moment. Like, I would like to get to the finish now. We've got this far. We'll just have to see how it goes. We've got a lot of pressure from behind.
Well, don't let the pressure get you too much. Enjoy it as well and keep it safe. But we're looking forward to seeing you in that top 10 tonight. Have a great night, Chris. Enjoy it. Have a great performance from young Chris.
Ian Mackenzie, class leader tonight. Going to keep it up?
Well, just try and get through this first one, and it's not one of my best stages, so just try and get through tonight, I think, and see where we are, and see who we go on.
Eddie, we saw you flying over the jumps this afternoon. More of the same tonight?
I think maybe we've done a bit too much flying just towards the end of Skreeden when burst the gearbox, so we had a gearbox change since then. A lot of problems over the locks today in the start line. Had a positive wire come off in the starter and the engine cut out, so we took a maximum on there, so that's why we're back here, but happy to be here.
It's a shame, but at least you're here at the end of the time.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard all these tales of woe before, but that's my